Hi everyone, I'm Tanya Malik. I'm a biohacker, a functional nutritionist, and the founder of the Biohackers Company and the Longevity Lab. In these episodes, I share science-backed insights for longevity and actionable biohacks for age reversal. We're all going to grow old, but how we age is up to us. What if I told you that aging is not just about growing old? It is about how you treat your bodies today. Science now knows that we can slow down aging, especially when we are in our 30s and 40s. Welcome to this episode of the Longevity Lab, where I break it all down into 5 biohacks to show you how to slow down aging in your 30s and 40s. And at the end of this episode, I'm also going to share a little known trick or biohack for age reversal, a hack that no one is telling you. Now let's start by understanding what exactly happens in our body when we age, or what's the process of aging. Now, there are a lot of things that happen. So I'm going to start with talking about cellular aging, or aging at our cellular level. Our DNAs have a protective end cap known as telomeres. Now, every time our cell replicates itself, which is a normal process required to keep us alive, this replication shortens the telomere length. When the telomere length reaches its shortest point, the cell loses its ability to replicate itself and this cell dies, causing cell senescence. Now, shorter telomere lengths are linked to aging, and there are a lot of factors which can accelerate this shortening of the telomere length, which means it accelerates aging. Now, research today know that people who are active or people who work out have longer telomere lengths than people who live sedentary lives. People who have poor quality sleep or poor quality sleep in general accelerates the shortening of the telomere length. Chronic stress, or the way we respond, when we respond negatively to stress, which is what is categorized as chronic stress, increases cortisol levels, which also accelerates the shortening of the telomere lengths. Vitamin D deficiency is also correlated to telomere shortening, or shortening of the telomere lengths. The next one is oxidative stress and inflammation. Now, I know I've spoken about this in a lot of my videos, but inflammation and oxidative stress really accelerate aging. And it also has a term called inflammaging, which is inflammation-related accelerated aging. Now, what causes this inflammaging or oxidative stress and inflammation? A lot of things, specifically toxins entering our body through pollution, smoking, alcohol, processed foods, even stress, poor sleep, but very importantly, a high glucose load in our diet. And 2 of the most contributing factors for inflammation today, number 1 is insulin resistance because of a high glucose load in our diet, and second is an imbalanced gut microbiome or bad gut health. Moving on to mitochondrial decline. Now, mitochondria is sort of like the energy center of every cell, which is where energy is created, right? And I've spoken about this before. ATP is the energy currency of our cell. Now, when mitochondrial health declines, our energy processes slow down, we have excessive or chronic fatigue, our brain, the focus or cognitive health starts declining, and this also leads to oxidative stress and inflammation. And the other thing that is related to aging is hormonal decline. Everything from testosterone levels dropping in men to estrogen levels dropping in women, growth hormone dropping in all of us. All of these are related to aging of the skin, muscle, and metabolism. The good news is everything I'm going to talk about now can not only help you slow down this aging process, but can also reverse a lot of these declines. So let's start with the first biohack. Strength training, not just working out, actually lifting weights or doing resistance training. Why? Because number 1, muscles improve your metabolic health. The more muscle mass you have better insulin sensitivity. I've spoken about this in a video before, that our muscles have the capacity of storing glucose and utilizing this glucose immediately, which means that the more muscle mass we have, the better our body is at utilizing blood glucose and keeping our insulin sensitivity in place. But also, muscle tissues burn a lot more calories than fat tissues, which means it protects us from obesity and obesity-related diseases as we grow older. Second, muscle protects us from sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is age-related loss of muscle mass, which means that it protects us from frailty, from falling, from fracturing, and becoming disabled. the difference between longevity and health span, which means that we're not just living longer, but living healthily enough to be able to do things independently, this difference is made by muscle mass. So the more muscle we have, the more protected we are from sarcopenia. And specifically for menopausal women, it protects you from osteoporosis or losing your bone density. Third, muscle improves your hormonal functions. Specifically in men, strength training is directly related to increased testosterone level. It also balances estrogen levels for women, and it releases growth hormones for all of us, which is essentially just telling our body that we still want to grow, we still want to recover, we still want to repair not just our muscles, but also at the cellular level, cellular repair and DNA repair. Number 4, muscles improve our immune function. The more muscle mass we have, we are essentially creating an amino acid reserve for when we fall sick, allowing our bodies to recover faster. And number 5, it reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. Number 6, muscles are also directly linked to better brain health and mental health. When we exercise, our body releases BDNF, which basically protects our brains against Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. So what are the best workouts for longevity? Any kind of resistance training. If you've not done this before, just start with body weight training and slowly start adding resistance or weights as and how your muscles get stronger. The action point is to aim to have at least 3 days a week when you're doing strength training or weight training. The second biohack is optimizing your nutrition for cellular repair, which means optimizing your protein levels. I know I've said this many times, but we all need to have enough protein. Protein is not just a building block for our muscles, it's a building block for everything, literally our life. From skin, cells, DNA to your enzymes, hormones, neurotransmitters, the way your body sends signals across to be able to keep you healthy and alive, everything is made of protein. Only if you have enough protein is your body going to be able to function and stay alive. Now we know that we require 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kg of our body weight. And science today knows that women in their menopausal phase and postmenopausal phase require a lot of protein, at least 1.5 grams per kg of their body weight protein, just to maintain good health. And longevity science knows that older adults require even more protein, 1.2 to 2.0 grams per kg of their body weight, just to compensate for sarcopenia. And this, mind you, is not including working out. This is literally just to maintain health. It also is essential for cellular repair, DNA repair, and our brain health. The second important thing to look at in optimizing our diet is getting polyphenols and antioxidants from our diet, from things like blueberries, dark chocolates, green tea. These are essential to mitigate or fight the oxidative stress that we spoke about earlier. And the third, but the most important, is maintaining your gut health or the balance of your gut microbiome. Your gut microbiome, when it's balanced, not only heals or protects you from inflammation, but plays a huge role in keeping you healthy, keeping you alive, and improving your lifespan or your longevity. I have done a complete video on optimizing gut health or gut reset. You must take a look at it if you are serious about age reversal. The action tip is to add at least one longevity food in every meal every single day. Brings me to the biohack number 3, which is sleep and circadian rhythm. I cannot say this enough. If you are not getting enough sleep, it doesn't matter if you're doing everything else right, you are going to be accelerating aging and increasing your risk for lifestyle diseases and chronic diseases. Poor sleep is equal to faster aging, period. The science is simple. Even when you are sleep deprived for one night, it increases your oxidative stress, your risk for neurological decline and DNA damage, as well as increases your risk for insulin resistance. Actually, really increases insulin resistance because it increases or reduces the way your body can balance blood sugar even when you are sleep deprived for a single night, which means not only should you be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, you should be getting quality sleep every night, which means optimizing your circadian rhythm. Doing simple things like getting morning sunlight exposure right after you wake up, getting evening sunlight exposure when the sun is setting. This resets your circadian rhythm. Have done a complete other video on it. Please watch it to get the details. But also maintaining sleep hygiene, so you're getting the right amount of deep sleep, and tracking your sleep to know that you're getting deep sleep, REM sleep. And along with tracking your sleep, also track your HRV, which is heart rate variability. It plays a huge role in your mental health, your sleep quality, and your resilience in general. Now, the fourth biohack is some fun stuff: cold exposure and heat therapy. So cold exposure like cryotherapy or ice baths, along with sauna or steam therapy, go a long way in improving your lifespan and age reversal, because it improves mitochondrial health, cellular repair, even improves cell life. Why? Because cold therapy or ice exposure, cold exposure activates brown fat, which is essentially the deep fat that usually doesn't get activated. It only activates when you're almost shivering, because when it does get activated, it burns a lot of calories to create warmth, which means that it improves or ignites your metabolic health, but is also great for hormonal balance. Sauna therapy or heat therapy is very beneficial because it activates heat shock proteins, which improve cellular repair. A simple action step is to try and get a 30-second cold or ice cold shower right after your workout, and do sauna or steam therapy at least once a week. All right, this brings me to the last biohack, number 5, which is intermittent fasting. Because this pushes your body into autophagy, which is essentially your body's natural cleaning system in which it cleans or eats the dead cells. Typically, autophagy happens after long fasted windows of over 24 hours, but there are ways to make it happen faster. Number 1, sleep during fasted state. That means have your dinner at least 3 to 4 hours before you sleep, because when you sleep, your body goes through its natural cleaning and repair systems. If you sleep in fasted state, you can deepen this. Second is fasted state workout. That means you sleep in the fasted state, you wake up in the morning and you work out in fasted state. This further deepens autophagy. But make sure, if you haven't done this before, start slow. Start with a 12-hour window, gradually build it up to 14 hours, maybe 15 hours. Women don't fast more than 15, 16 hours. Men, you can try and push it up to 18 hours. But make sure, if either of you have hormonal imbalances or adrenal fatigue, avoid intermittent fasting, because it can further tax your body. You want to heal these conditions first. Women in your luteal phase, avoid intermittent fasting, specifically perimenopausal women in your luteal phase, which is 10 odd days before your period or your menstrual cycle begins. You don't want to intermittent fast because you're already cortisol sensitive in this state. You don't want to further tax your body. Other than that, start slow, gradually build it up. The bonus biohack is to add a berberine supplement. Berberine supplement works wonders for balancing your blood glucose levels, increasing insulin sensitivity, and healing your gut microbiome. Make sure it doesn't interact with your existing supplement stack or any other conditions. If not, adding this can be fantastic for age reversal. There you go. Those were the 5 biohacks. I hope you found these helpful. If you did, hit the like button and share this with somebody who wants to age healthy. And if you want more actionable, research-backed insights on gut health, metabolic health, and age reversal, subscribe to my newsletter. I have linked it in the description below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.